We got Jack Evans tonight, man. Woo-hoo! Let's break good times. Come on. Jack Evans was on Lucha Underground. Celebrate Jack Evans. Come on. Jack Evans, man. Oh shit, the camera's on. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the BAYBAY Wrestling Podcast. If you've seen any of that, whatever. My name is Gordon Maston. This is the Lucha Underground edition of the BAYBAY Wrestling Podcast, and we are here tonight to talk about this extremely fun show. From Tejano and Mac to the Rabbit Tribe segment, to the Son of Madness, Son of Havoc segment, to Katrina and Pentagon, to Pentagon versus Drago, everything in between, and the main event, Rey Mysterio versus PJ Black with the return of Jack Evans. So you know what? We're here to break this baby down. We're here to mash it up, and we are here. We are here to talk Lucha Underground. But before we talk Lucha Underground, I figure. Well, I stepped with Twitter during it anyways, but I figure I should say, I am at 99 subscribers. I never talk about this. Never, ever, 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 ever. I am at 99. Whoever wants to be that lucky 100th, you will be getting a thank you in my own personal thank you video for the 100th, for the 100 sub video. I never ask for this that often. I obviously do when I'm saying, like, oh, thank you for watching, leave a like, subscribe, all that. I'm just asking because I'd like to grow the audience, you know? And with growing the audience comes asking for subs. But whoever wants to be that special 100th person for my 100 sub thank you video, it honestly would mean a lot. Because I've been at this since, actually, holy shit, it's 3 years. Literally, around Battleground every year is when I'm really counting it because I don't have the exact start date that I started. I could go back and get it, but I'm 100% sure it's pretty much been 3 years already. It has been 3 years since I started this. And in all honesty, I couldn't be any happier. Like, yeah, there are times that I, go through these things and I don't really, want to do a video sometimes because it's just like I'm not mentally there. Like the little stint I've recently taken off, in like January, I think it was January. January where, I wasn't reviewing much at all. And there are times, where I was doing stuff like this with Lucha Underground where I just, didn't want to do both Lucha Underground and NXT because, like, you watch one wrestling show, you review it, and you're like, sweet. And then you do it again, you're like, oh, God, it's taxing. And you're like, I got to do it all over again. Oh, man. But it's never anything bad. Like, it's against anybody who wants the content. It's just, like, me as a person, like, it's those things are tough to do. But I've still done them in the past, and it's been a really fun ride. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it for those who have been around since the beginning, through the middle, and for those who are, around now and getting to see me do ridiculous shit like I did last week with the whole Jack Evans thing. And if you guys did manage to see that thing that I just did there, I don't know what you're talking about. There was no thing. So whatever. But you know what? Lucha Underground, everybody. So we started out the show tonight with move the camera up a little bit. We started the show tonight here with the Cueto Cup match, and it was the Mac versus Tejano. And Tejano had Famous B at ringside helping, not even really helping. Like, it was a really fun match. It was back and forth. They did the whole power matchup, like who was stronger. They did the whole speed agility thing, the whole Lucha Libre speed thing. I'm gonna jump between your legs. You're gonna duck my clothesline. I'm gonna get in your, like, you're gonna pin me. I'm gonna pop off you. You're gonna pin me. I'm gonna like bridge up from under you, like that kind of thing. And that itself was really, really fun. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Tejano at all. Personally, I think Lucha Underground thinks Tejano's boring as a sack of shit. I mean, let me give an example of what Tejano is as boring as. Give me 1 second, people. This is my fruit basket. Tejano has as much personality as a fruit basket, minus the fruit. Because, ladies and gentlemen, God damn it, this is taking me forever. This is an apple. Tejano doesn't even have as much personality as this apple. Tejano doesn't have as much personality as this apple. You see, you can tell them apart. One is yellow, one is red. They're two distinctive colors. Now, Tejano is basically like, you know, every independence wrestler described in the past, you know, I don't know. Before the indie stars got hot in WWE. My point is, Tejano was, even in my personal opinion, the red apple is better than the yellow apple. Tejano is like every yellow apple that's, you know, ever come before him. Oh, he's a really good wrestler. What is he beyond that? Don't really know. And then you just awkwardly put the apple back. And that's why Famous B is trying to help Tejano. But at the very end of this match, Famous B does pop in and he sprays Mac with a water gun, right? And he's still using the whole cowboy get it to try and lure in Tejano because he's, you know, more or less a blue. Almost said a brew. I'm drinking brew now. A blue collar brawler, and it's like, you know, more like the Southern cowboy thing, the Southern Mexican cowboy, right? But then Mac hits Mac hits Famous B with the stunner. Mac turns around. It's a power bomb, a devastating looking power bomb at that from Tejano. 1, 2, 3. That's it. So up next, you know, I don't have much to say about the match because after that we didn't even get much interaction between Famous B and Tejano. It's just Tejano got his arm raised and Famous B really just stayed away. Like, you can help the man all you want. He's just gonna tell you no, and he's just gonna hurt you more. Like, you can use Brenda as much as you want. I don't know what you're gonna do to lure this man in. I don't know how you're gonna do it, but have fun, Famous B. All right, up next we get the Rabbit Tribe, and they're basically telling no. I can't remember what he was playing, checkers or chess, and it's so annoying. I can get all 3 members of these guys' names down on stream. It's like an on-stream curse. On stream, but off stream, I can't do it. It's London, obviously, Mala Suerte, and Saltador. There we go. I can't remember which one it was. We're gonna have to get this down. This is the next part I have to get out. Saltador and Mala Suerte. The one with the checkered patterned skin suit, I guess you can call it. They were playing checkers or chess on him, and then he eventually gets up and they tell Mascarita Sagrada that they have failed him, and with them failing him, I guess this man came up and said here, and he's like, it was like a piece of fur that they were given, like a cotton piece of, like a fur cotton something that was in a box. And before they get into the box and like unwrap the present and everything that has that like piece of cotton in it that they picked up, they're like, read the note. Like, this was when, like, this reminded me, like, just watching this, I don't know why this came to me. It just looked like it. It just reminded me of me, my older brother, and my cousin growing up, opening a Christmas present, because even the background music, like the background music for this cinematic scene was just so odd. Like, it set the scene, it set the scene and the tone of this entire thing perfectly. When I say perfectly, I mean perfectly. This was absolutely awesome. I had a lot of fun with this. And I think that's pretty much all I can really say there. But we don't know what that means. Mascarita left that for them, and I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I don't even know what the card said. I didn't even see what the card said. I don't even know if they honestly read the card, to be completely honest. Like, they picked something and they're just like, open it. And they open it. And that was pretty much that. So we're probably going to get a little more development there. I honestly hope with this situation, though, like, we've been getting development like every few weeks. I hope this isn't something that just like kind of builds extremely slow. Like, I honestly do know, with the effort they're putting in, there's going to be some kind of payoff with this whole Mascarita rabbit tribe thing, because there's not much more they can actually do with Mascarita. For the longest time, it's just been, hey, he'll put on a really fun, exciting match with somebody, but he's not really going to, do anything much. If he goes with the rabbit tribe, this is something that he can stick with, and it's usually, it's usually just Mascarita, a really fun match, and Mascarita gets protected by somebody who's, bigger than the guy that's picking on him, which is usually everybody. But this would work for him. This is something I could totally see him fitting into, and I'd be really excited for him to fit into. So up next, we get into Pentagon Dark versus Drago. It was a solid match. Not anything like amazing, phenomenal, but it was solid and it kept me intrigued. Pentagon, the man's energy on his way out for his entrance, just like before they cut the commercial, he just gets in the camera, cero miedo, before they go to commercial. The man got me stupid types of energized. Like I was just enthralled with Pentagon. So that's that. Anyways, we're gonna move on forward here to the match. Pentagon does get the win with the package pile driver, the 3-up, 3-down driver, and I guess Matt Striker came up with a new move for the Canadian, like a new call for the Canadian Destroyer that Pentagon does, the Penta Destroyer or something like that. Let's see how long that sticks, right? Let's see how long that sticks. Otherwise, rather entertaining match, like I said before. And nothing more, nothing less to say about that. Pentagon gets the win, and then he tries to break Drago's arm. Cobra Moon's not going for it, but then I'm pretty sure Pentagon didn't give a fuck. There was someone running down my street screaming. How do I know I can hear it? You guys can hear it too? I'm sorry about that. But he didn't give a fuck because he super kicked her teeth into the 10th row. So, Cobra Moon, you can find your dental work in the 10th row. But, Aerostar comes out and saves Drago from getting his arm broken because, that's like my best friend, man. No matter what, this is my best friend. Now, this is the thing where it's like Lucha Underground tells us Aerostar is a time traveler, right? And he knows the result of this. Like, and I guess a couple weeks ago, Phoenix even said to Aerostar, like, hey, he's like, my chances of winning this match, man. And then, like, Aerostar didn't tell Phoenix the entire result, but he threw the thumbs up. Like, yeah, you got this, man. So if you knew that, and you are this time traveler, which has been proven, like, we've seen you go back in time, and you want to try and, like, set the tribes straight and, like, set them all back into, like, cohesion, and you want to try and, like, reunite the tribes, why the fuck would you put yourself in a situation where up next, Pentagon, after Drago knocks out Aerostar, and Drago gets gone, why would you put yourself in a situation where, yeah, you're trying to save your friend, but once again, you knew the inevitable, that Pentagon was going to break your goddamn arm? Like, what are you thinking, man? All right. All right, that's an L for Aerostar. That's just... Oh, boy. All right. So, Pentagon has taken 2 arms since he's been back. And just get... As per usual, Pentagon gives 0 fucks. 0 fucks, okay. So up next, we get another cinematic, which is Katrina along with Pentagon Dark. And she basically says to him, to sum it all up and, bring it full circle, you all, like, what do you call it? You screwed Mil Muertes out of the Lucha Underground World Championship. Her and Mil never forget those kind of things. And she's like, I hope that Mil, well, she's like, I hope you make it to the, I didn't say I hope you make it. She basically told him Mil will be waiting for you in the next round. So Mil can go ahead. Mil can beat Jeremiah Crane. And after that, get the Pentagon. And Pentagon's response is just simple as this. Cero miedo. Zero fear. All right. So up next, it's our event of the evening. Pentagon. Not Pentagon, I'm sorry. I fucked that entirely up. Rey Mysterio versus PJ Black. Now, I said last week, you know what? No, we're going to get to that. At some point in this match, this is probably one of my favorite parts of this match, though. It was a really entertaining match. PJ did a great job of showing off the fact that he's bigger than Rey and, you know, using his strength to his advantage, like where I'm Jack, like, yeah, I'll catch you in certain situations. Yeah, I'll like, work you over because I am the bigger man. But as every Rey Mysterio match tells, it just doesn't matter because, you know, Rey did fight back at some point in this match. Best part of the match, the Frankensteiner Hurricane Rana, whatever you want to call it, Hurricane Rana into the Styles Clash off the top rope. The Super Rana or Super Frankenstein, whatever you want to call it, into the Clash by PJ Black. That was awesome. And that didn't even finish it off. Rey did a move. I forgot what it was. It knocked, I think it was like a Rana or something like that, or a head scissors, that knocked Marty Elias out, entered the Worldwide Underground. All I seen was Johnny Mundo at first. I'm just like, Johnny, hey, bud. And then we got Johnny and PJ going for a double suplex. And out of nowhere comes Jack Evans with the super kick. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, man, I'm sorry. But that was awesome. I love the fact that they made the effort to put Jack back on TV. And I think it's probably because of an injury, right? And I don't know how many times I've said this, but I think it's because of an injury. But, you know, Lucha Underground basically telling Jack, hey, you know what? You can't be used for like a full-time in-ring type of deal. But what we can do with you is, you know, you can mix it up a little bit. You can throw kicks. You can do this. You can do that. Do Jack Evans things. Like, do Jack Evans things that don't involve you taking a bump. Which, honestly, whatever capacity I can get him involved in physically, where he's doing something cool, I'm down. I asked for this last week. I did the Hello Darkness, my old friend thing. I over-dramatized wanting Jack Evans. Not even over-dramatized, but I've missed that man to fucking death, man. To fucking death. But we got Jack Evans. And I'm pretty damn hype about it. I am. So you know what? Hey, awesome. Thank you, Lucha Underground. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But you know what? It doesn't really matter in the end because the Dragon Azteca Jr. manages to run off the entire World Underground. Rey Mysterio, PJ Black eventually goes for the Razor's Edge, which leads to a 619 and a frog splash for the win for PJ Black. So that's pretty much about that. And that was Lucha Underground. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode of Lucha Underground and the DIY Wrestling Podcast, of course. Why would you watch Lucha Underground without getting the best post coverage you possibly can? You know, from a channel under 100 subscribers. Then when we get to 100 subscribers, which somebody subscribe and we can make that happen. And we'll work our way back up from there, you know, from being in the hundreds, you know. But I hope you guys did enjoy it, in all honesty. And I'd like to ask you to subscribe if you're not subscribed, if you really did enjoy this video. I'll genuinely ask you that instead of me, you know, making it like, oh, but subscribe, you're not subscribed. Keep on going. Subscribe, honestly, if you're not, and you do enjoy this, and you are somebody who comes by on a weekly basis and watches, just subscribe if you're not subscribed. It's as simple as that. Leave a like on this video if you did enjoy it. Those would dislike because some, you know, come around, they just don't enjoy the quality of how I do things, or they honestly think it's the main event match from the episode, which I will be using for the thumbnail. So those who already, whatever, and share the video, because the more you share it, the better I become. Like, the better that people look at it like, hey, you know, this guy's pretty cool. Let's throw that sub button. Let's hit that sub button. And you know what? Hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said, remember to leave a like on this video if you already haven't. Subscribe if you're not subscribed for more of the Lucha Underground goodness on this channel. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching, and see you.